Evening, everyone. This is Diaspora Network. Good to be here again to share some thoughts. Um, Nigeria, we hear the. All right, guys. Today, yesterday I placed a video of hardship, man. People protesting in Nigeria. It's painful, really. It's pathetic, to see things like that happening in Nigeria. It's painful. That's the word I will use. It's just painful, but. As I said, we keep on praying for Nigeria, man. That is it. Protests everywhere. Protests happened in Ibadan last time. Protests in Kano State. Protests in Ekiti State. Protests. People are hungry, man. People are hungry, and don't. If people answer you somehow, roughly, don't feel bad because you don't really know what is happening. Because most of them are they are they find it funny. Okay, so don't feel bad if you see people on the road. I mean, don't just feel bad because people are going through stress, man. There was one that I showed I posted on my wall yesterday of one guy trying to buy food. He was just crying. The guy was crying. He cannot afford the food stuff. He was crying. This is pathetic. This is painful. It's painful. So, guys, I will say keep praying with the hope, okay? Don't don't lose hope, okay? Don't give up. No, because as I said before in the beginning of the year, I said there is something inside of you. Make use of it. You can make use of God has blessed everyone with something inside of us that we can bring out, to make it work. Okay. I'll be saying don't depend on the government. The government cannot, they don't care about you, seriously. They don't care about you. All these politicians, I think in Africa, they don't care about you. So try to find a way out, find a need and meet it. Okay. I said it before one time, beginning of the year, I said, find a need and meet it. Look around your environment, look around. What are they looking for? What is their need? Find a way to meet it. In that position of finding a way to meet it, you could that then you'll be resourceful, okay? And that time you'll be able to overcome your problem because you are trying to solve other people's problem. So it could be something people are really in need of. Find a way to meet it. Then you'll be surprised that yours will be taken care of. Your finances will be taken care of. That is how it is. Okay. I know I gave this advice at the beginning of the year. We should don't wait for anybody, guys. Don't wait for anybody, but there must be a way out. There must be a way out. Find a way out and find a need. The people's need. Try to meet it. That's one of the secrets. I don't know the kind of need. Just look around. What these people, this environment, who are they looking for? What do they need? Find a way out. When you're able to pinpoint it, maybe the resources will be the next. There will be resources. You can do a collaboration, because there's hunger in that country right now, man. Okay. But all the same, it's painful and it's a pity. Uh, it's just a pity, okay? But there is hope, okay? There is hope. There is hope. Don't give in, guy. Don't give in, right? Nobody should give in. Nobody should give up, okay? If you stand strong and you can make it work. You can make it work, okay? I just want to play, analyze TV. I like the analysis of what's happening, I just want to see the analysis. Let's listen to it. Let's spend some time. We live from it, and we should all be careful, really. Yeah, because people on the street, you don't know what they are going through, man. Because somebody dressed up, walking up and down, but the mind is full. Okay, so don't push anybody. Don't look for trouble. Don't fight anybody. Even if they look for your trouble, stay clear. That's my advice. Stay clear because that person you are thinking is maybe that has not eaten for 1 or 2 days, or his mind is somewhere. So that's just my advice anyway. So that is it, guys. All right, let me just play this video and okay now. Oh God, okay. I saw something today. They said the government, APC government, is blaming the opposition for the protests going on. People are hungry. People are protesting. Are they serious? People are hungry. They're protesting. You are saying you are blaming the opposition. That is insane. That is insanity. I did not when I saw the news, I was wondering in the fact of this stuff. Who said this stuff? That is nonsense. People are suffering, man. So don't. What do you expect? You are saying you are blaming the opposition. Come on, Tinubu is back from Paris. He's been there for I don't know how long. I think he's back this. He came back this night. I mean this evening. I don't know, but you should sit up. The country people are suffering. People are hungry. You should sit up. Don't blame your opposition. Don't blame opposition that they're the one that the one instigating the protest. No, come on, man. People are hungry. Go to the street. People are hungry. I mean, people are complaining. So don't say the opposition is that the one behind the protest. No, man. No. Fix the problem, man. Do your part. Do your best, man. Don't say people are is the opposition that is doing it. No, no, no. At other times, no. Okay. Protest in Minna State, protest in Niger State, protest in Kano State, in Ekiti State. People are dying, kidnappers everywhere. People are hungry, no food, no job. The inflation rate is so high. Even in Niger State, I heard they said they are saying don't buy too many, don't buy mass or for don't buy many quantity. I mean, it's rationing. How come? Nigeria did Nigeria cost so how did we get here? How did we get here? How did we get here? I ask myself the question, how did we get here? How managed? How managed? I mean, Nigerian people, they are down to quiet. I mean, they are suffering and dying. Suffering quietly, suffering and smiling. No, man, you guys have to wake up. You cannot don't do like this and die off. No, life is beautiful. Life is meant to be enjoyed. Enough is enough, guys. Let's make the country. These people should sit up. People are they should have the people at heart. Okay, have the people at heart. That's what I'm saying. Well, I don't think I voted, but this the vote was stolen anyway. So anyway, then let's go to the next show. Let's talk it. Let's see the analysis with the team. I like to listen to analysis. Okay, let's just listen to them and.
It's trending. With reactions trailing the protest in Minna, Niger State, on Monday, residents trooped out in large numbers to protest the rising cost of living occasioned by the downturn in the economy. Young men and women blocked a roundabout, stopping vehicular movement. Efforts by the police to stop the protest and disperse the protesters failed. The deputy governor of the state, Yakubu Garba, was at the scene to address the protesters.
Our country, that's what I would say. Pray for our country, man. This is not good. I think we do this yesterday anyway. This is not good. This is not good. Nigeria will try. They know how to do things. Even the war, they will manage. They break the war with their back and pass through. But this is not good. Enough is enough.
If I look at that large crowd. But there were also protests in Kano State on Monday. The governor of the state, Abba Kabir Yusuf, in an emergency meeting with business community in the state, decried the hardship and starvation faced by Kano residents. The governor said many people are living in misery, starvation, and acute hunger, which has resulted in the death of many residents who cannot afford food.
young children, adults, old people protesting. No,
Well, the All
this is
Progressives
not just
Congress
right.
has alleged in a statement signed by Felix Morka, the party's national publicity secretary, that opposition parties are instigating mass protests to undermine the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The statement was posted on X by the president's special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Ononuga. The statement reads in part, in its arrant desperation to portray the All Progressives Congress APC-led administration as underperforming, opposition parties have resorted to instigating unsuspecting young people to protest in the streets of some major cities. The protests in Niger Kano earlier today were the manifestation of this devious and unpatriotic plot. That the protests happened simultaneously in both cities is not coincidental. It bears a bold stamp of an orchestrated and coordinated effort to instigate unrest and undermine the government. While we recognize the right of citizens to engage in peaceful protest, we urge our good people to be vigilant and not lend themselves to the treacherous attempt by the opposition to promote social strife by its incendiary rhetoric and manipulative plots. I mean, Rufai, this is just really alarming to see that, this is coming from, the APCC. I mean, you saw the large crowd in Mina. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's still campaign season. Exactly. I don't know if it's still campaign season. This is real. This is real. Let me just take a comment from Shehu Sani, who wrote, the protest in Mina, Niger State against the high cost of living falls within the ambit of the right to peaceful dissent. Protest against the cost of living was also done in other European cities experiencing economic pains. The protest is simply a message and a call for immediate and impactful measures to address the problems of the epidemic of poverty in the country. Go ahead. You know the conversation here now is when when you're coming out to protest, these people come out and debunk your claims. Either they call it fake news or sponsored. Opposition.
Information.
I mean, I'm not an opposition. Me, I'm just a citizen that is seeing the way hunger is going in the country and the fears for Nigeria. That is something not done. We might be in a quagmire. In fact, we're there already. And this was a result of bad decisions made here. We can't say that enough. And
we created the best current.
As I said before, people need to wake up, okay? Why are you blaming? Look, take the bull by the horn. The economy is not good. They're not doing well. Why not say the truth? Say the truth. Stop blaming people. Sorry, I'll go back to the video, okay? I'll go to the video. Let's continue with the video.
We might be in a quagmire. In fact, we're there already. And this was a result of bad decisions made here. And we can't say that enough. And what are the solutions? If we have a strategic grain reserve, can we put that out there? Post-harvest losses, can we increase yield? Can we bring security back so that the farmers can farm? Can we ensure we give subventions? Some of the ideas that were put forward to us before, let us remove the tariff on all those big crops, wheat, barley, and all of that. And let's also ensure that people get food one way or the other. Mm-hmm. Everything should be done. Make it easy for food to come in. Because one of these problems to dig back to the last administration when you had the border being closed. For the hypocritical people that are responding as opposition, what opposition led all of this? Don't gaslight the people. Mr. Bayo Ononuga was saying in the segment to be saying, trying to justify that. So Nigeria's cost of living is not high compared to other countries. Oji, when the protests on rice in Liberia started in 1979, those were the exact words President Tolbert was using. But that protest became so severe in the country. Now you're saying it's opposition. Opposition for what? Who cares? In an APC state, Niger is an APC state, Bago is an APC governor. People are suffering, are saying opposition. You're saying opposition. I sang Bob Marley's song When an hungry man is an angry man, we barely full and them hungry. That's what people are singing on the streets.
Yeah.
Must everything be on the lines of politics? And these were the people that did worse in their time. You know, my favorite pastor now is I go and dig out all the old tweets of President Bola Tinubu and I'm not reading them. It's one of his old tweets. His tweets are playing.
Okay, go ahead, read this one.
This one said, Nigeria's security situation is precarious. Nigerians are tired of excuse and explanation. They want protection for their life and property. Many of his old tweets.
Yes.
This was the same people too that led protests.
This is it.
In their own time. What people so hypocritical? Why can't they accept what they dish?
This is it.
This one is not led by the opposition. These are people revolting. They are hungry. Is the opposition that organized people in Lagos Island, the base of President Tinubu, when he came to mosque,
yes,
and they would say, was it the opposition that organized that one? Is the opposition that tell Wasi to go and sing? That's there. You know down.
You didn't send me that video.
I'm going to send you. It's the opposition that instigated Wasu and Ile Masha to sing.
Unfortunate.
This was the Wasu that a couple of months ago was singing. Hello, fucking ballet, hello, fucking ballet. Hello, fucking ballet.
At least it's making people laugh in this song. Let me pull up another tweet. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This was back in 2014. He wrote, the festering Boko Haram attacks on the northeast and massacre of innocent citizens is concrete proof that Nigeria has no government. I mean, at this point now, we have seen a lot of kidnapping, we have seen food inflation. I cannot go to the store and not cry. I'll send it. When they are ringing up those food items, my heart is like,
yes,
jumping.
Well, you wait for them to ring it.
Yes, sir.
Use the feature when you check before you go. Start to remove.
Remove. Well, before I come to you though, the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has assured Nigerians that the hard times being faced by Nigerians will soon come to an end. Remi Tinubu gave the assurance on Monday in the State House during a meeting with the governor's wives on her pet project, Renewed Hope Initiative.
Times like this calls for sober reflection, hence all hands must be on deck. We all need to continue to pray and work for peace and stability in our nation. Let us remain steadfast, supportive of one another in this particular time we are passing through as a nation. It is only temporary and will fade away sooner than we anticipate. In Jesus' name.
Ayo, the First Lady has assured us that, the policies in place will help and it will soon fade away.
We are hopeful as well. It almost seems as if the national anthem, second or third stanza of the national anthem would be Davido's assurance, because what we've been hearing over the years is assurance, assurance, assurance. But Nigerians are fed up. We're eating assurance and we are full to the brim. There's no more space for assurance. What people want is action. The First Lady, I must say, in this period has conducted herself really well, even with regards to her body language and the donations she's made, her speeches. I didn't expect anything less, but for her to assure the Nigerians. But beyond the assurances, if you are assuring people, and there's a timeline for that, the truth is that assurance doesn't buy food in the market. Assurance doesn't secure lives and property. Assurance doesn't pay school fees. And this is what the people are agitating for. And so assurance is not going to stop people from protesting, and that's what we've seen in all these states. And so while she says hardship will soon end, beyond this is what are the things that will be done to make hardship end? What the people want is a trust system where the government will say something and we believe that in a month's time things will get better, at least in the middle, like you said. I cited, if you read the This Day Back page on Sunday, was really brilliant with regards to the suggestions, even reminding us that late President Musa Abdullah had faced such a situation during the global food crisis. Now, what did he do? He did exactly what you mentioned, Rufai, in terms of taking off tariff on certain food items that Nigerians eat a lot, like rice and the likes, for a temporary period of time. Also, releasing grains from the reserve and those things. And then I mentioned also, we must also include the subnationals, the governors, in terms of the interventions, beyond assurances, beyond speeches, beyond conspiracy theories. Nigerians just want to eat. Yes. Hunger is killing people.
Yes. Yeah. Well, another story has been going around is, government officials even donating money, as well as the First Lady, who's said to have donated $100,000 to Nigerians in the diaspora. The Sierra Leone chapter, that's the Sierra Leone chapter, for the construction of a first-class medical center for Nigerians in Sierra Leone. The medical center, when completed, would address the medical needs of over 40,000 Nigerians living in Sierra Leone. A good gesture. Nigerians are saying, what about the facility here? But you can recall, back in November, I believe last year, the First Lady had visited Sierra Leone, and they had spoken about the dilapidated state of the medical facilities there in Sierra Leone, especially for our Nigerians. If you recall, there was war going on at the time as well. So I think it's a good measure, but Nigerians are also saying, please donate. She did donate 950 billion, I believe. Was it? 950 million. Did I say billion? Yeah. You know that billions is only billions we've been talking about. 950 million at the time. Rufai smiling. Well, in the meantime, Nigerians have reacted to a viral video which captured the moment. A friend of Vice President Kashim Shettima showered praises on him for gifting him 10 million naira in cash and a vehicle worth 15 million naira.
The 1st of February 2024, witness a great blessing the Almighty Allah. But my personal friend, close friend, His Excellency Alaji Kashim Shettima, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, blessed me with 10 million naira cash, with a car and 10 sets of expensive gowns, with cars and other honorarium. I wish you long life and prosperity. This is the car with which the Vice President has blessed me with it. It is worth 15 million naira, so it's a presidential car.
All right, Kashim Shettima there, presidential card, Dr. Abati. I wish I had it. No, that's what he said. I'm just repeating what he said. I don't know if you heard that.
I was just speaking in a manner that was, after a fashion.
Of course.
Well, yes,
number one.
Of course. The first thing is that people who are in public positions, they also have private lives. Of course. They have friends. The fact that they are in public life does not mean that their private lives will end. As a governor or as a president or as vice president, you have friends from way back. Maybe you went to school together. I don't know the relationship between the VP and this particular person. But this was not a political setting. It looked like a personal thing. Giving a friend 10 million and a car of 50 million, that's 25 million naira. How much is that if you convert it?
You're a violent person.
If you convert it.
A very violent person.
No. Since we think in dollar terms now in Nigeria,
yeah, that's why you're violent.
From naira to dollar, that's not a lot of money. So
how much is money?
And it's not public funds we're talking about.
Yes, but
it's not as if the VP is spending public funds to give to a friend. How many of us, even who are not in public positions, don't we on a daily basis, run poverty alleviation schemes for friends, for all these extended family people who seem to have a special way of knowing when some small amount comes into your hand, and they will tell you, my brother, your wife has given birth to. She just gave birth yesterday. We are in the hospital. So it's your children have to pay school fees, so they keep adding responsibility on you. So we all have responsibilities. Some people do voluntarily, some, they get imposed on you. That's one. Number two, as for Mrs. Tinubu, donating to a cause in Sierra Leone to support NIDO, Sierra Leone chapter, Nigerians in Sierra Leone. Well, again, I don't see a problem with that. You never know. That Nigerians in the diaspora organization, they may have also approached her to ask for assistance.
They did approach her.
That's
what I said last time.
Nobody has said it's federal government money that she's giving her. It's her personal resources she's using to support. And to the extent that she continues to support her husband. I'm sure if there are persons, groups in Nigeria who also go to her under the Renewed Hope Initiative, she will also provide that support. And then she's saying 2024 will be a year of peace, progress, and all of that. Well, have we forgotten that Mrs. Tinubu is a pastor of the Redeemed Church? So what do they sell in churches? Pastor's wife. What do you people sell in, you sell renewed hope. You give the people hope. Yeah, and the point is you give people hope. Absolutely. I don't expect a pastor, of the Redeemed Church not to talk about hope, progress and prosperity in the year 2024. So when she says that, it's true to character. As for this talk about food insecurity, well, I made a point, cited the example of what happened 1789 to 1799, leading to the French Revolution. And people should learn from that. When people are hungry, they are angry, and they can go to any length. And so to just say, oh, maybe it's the opposition that is behind this, misses the point. The truth is that the streets are not smiling. People are hungry. In fact, sometimes when you see the way people react to you, ordinarily, you'll be wondering whether you are knowing the person before. Don't you see how people drive? Sometimes some people will just be walking in the middle of the road.
Yes.
I see they want to commit suicide. Yes. So hunger can give people psychosis. So that's part of the problem. Government should not downplay the crisis of hungry people. They have shown their hunger in Port Harcourt. They have gone onto the streets of Ibadan on another occasion. Now we had a protest in Mina, protest in Kano, where the people are saying they are hungry. Truly, the people are hungry. If you don't go to the market, you won't know. If you don't go to some joints, you won't know. Now, can you imagine selling the cow tongue for 2,000 naira?
You eat cow tongue?
Yes.
Now, just give you an example. But 2,005.
Yeah, but
something they used to sell for 300 naira, 200 naira.
Yes.
No, these are practical demonstrations. So, there's problem in the land. And to think that one of the first things that President Tinubu did was to declare a state of emergency on food insecurity. He declared a state of emergency on food insecurity. So, at the end of the day, this has become mere rhetoric. No, the people will need to provide opportunities for them to feed. They are talking agricultural production. We have been discussing agricultural production since the days of Green Revolution. Operation Feed the Nation. The people are still hungry. Decades after. It's a serious problem that a country that is as blessed as this cannot feed its own people. Absolutely. Nobody should make light of it.
Well said, Dr. Abati.
Wow.
Let's head over to Senegal now, where over 100 people gathered outside the parliament on Monday, chanting, Macky Sall is a dictator, following the president's unprecedented postponement of the presidential election over the weekend. Police fired tear gas and chased the protesters into the streets and made some arrests.
Too bad. At times we think all this problem is peculiar to Nigeria. It's just everywhere in everywhere Africa. I don't know why Africa is like this. I don't really know. They are power hungry. They are selfish. They dance to their own. They just believe they are just the only person that is right. This is the Ghana. Okay, let's just watch. And there's a video I saw where they just like NSAS protest. They say the police. God, let's watch one of it.
Yeah, Rufai. That was a shocking announcement over the weekend by President Macky Sall about that, the postponement of the election. But I believe that the Parliament, voted yesterday that it will hold on December 15th. But it's appalling.
I feel very sad.
Leaders and themselves.
I feel very sad for Africa.
Yeah.
When we have a ray of hope, like the former president of Namibia, the past of blessed memory, we see people like Macky Sall, and Macky Sall is a disappointment. Oji, I followed events closely in Senegal. When Macky Sall was about to become president, he had served in the Abdoulaye Wade cabinet, the former president, and there was a talk about victimization. The Senegalese people stood for him, they fought for him. There was a youth movement called Yenema that said they were fed up of Abdoulaye Wade just to ensure that Macky Sall becomes leader. Macky Sall got there, he became a dictator. This was the same man that promised he was not going to do 3 times. He wanted to do a 3rd time. They stopped him from doing the 3rd time. Now his claim is that constitutionally, because some people were excluded from the election, that's Tariq Wade, son of Abdoulaye Wade, and Sonko, which all his court cases recently. Then he went on television. Elections were supposed to hold on the 26th February. 25th February. He went on television and he said, no elections again.
Shocking.
Senegal, there's no voice. Bastion of peace has gone wild as we speak today.
Yeah.
It was a ruckus in Parliament in Senegal yesterday. They've been able to reach, but they don't reach a formal decision yet because he's supposed to leave on the 2nd of April. So you've plunged your country into chaos because of your own selfish interest. I remember the people too that were hurt in protests about his third-term agenda. Why are African leaders always behaving like this?
That was my question. What
Why this same Macky Sall that a lot of people thought was a breath of fresh air to Senegal, he has taken Senegal backward. This is a country that has a lot of stability. It's a country of great intellectuals and thinkers. It's a country of Shekati Job.
Africa.
But you have brought the country down on its knees. Now, we don't even know where Senegal is going to go. Please, whatever they must do, they must hold elections and ensure that there's a peaceful transfer of power. Because this is the same person that will go and sit in ECOWAS, and this is part of the people that will do chocolate against Niger. What you are doing, Macky Sall, is worse than what the people in Niger are doing.
Yeah. All right, we pray for a peaceful transition in Senegal. Shall we take our final story? Under sports.
Well, guys, this is Africa for you. I don't know why Africans are like this, or not Africans. The leaders are like this. I don't know. I don't really know. It's a pity. It's just a pity, man. But let's pray that everything will be okay. Let's pray for them, okay? Let's pray for Africa, man, because Africa needs help. Needs help, man. I don't know why the leaders are like this. I don't know why they are like this. I don't know, trust man. But anyway, where do I go now? Should I go to River State, right? Okay, let me go to River State. River State, yeah. Fubara and Wiki. I don't know Fubara. If that guy is a man or who he is, I don't really know. I don't really know. That case in River State is they're not there. It's not here. It's not there. Well, it is luck. For me personally, I have said before, footballer who win, who lose off, who no, I don't care because both of them were together that election in River State. So there's no need for them. I don't really care about it, but what I care about is the Rivers people. The governor should go on. The people are they should make things work there. That country is supposed to be the second, I would say, uh, hub in Nigeria. As I say, I mean, they're our base too, man. So I don't know what's happening there. But anyway, let's just watch some analysis from somebody from one guy in River State. I use one guy in River State, okay? It's still Rise TV, okay? Let's make it to talk now, okay? Let's listen to him. Let's listen to them, okay?
The intervention by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And I ask, is there peace in River State, considering the fact that only yesterday some folks were throwing canopies and chairs into the air and behaving riotously in our West over, the attempt by loyalists of Sim Fubara to celebrate his Supreme Court victory. But I mean, you are a stakeholder, so is there peace now? Has everything been resolved? Executive and the legislature working together, godson and godfather, in good accord, and you all in River State are now living very happily ever after.
This guy's a case.
Well, Doc, good morning. The FCT minister was just mounting pious relevance and sanctimonious triviality. There is no peace in River State. Rufai once described, I think on one of his interviews, talked about peace before the storm, graveyard peace there was one other piece. What we have in Rivers State as we speak right now is just, so to speak, peace before the storm, in the words of Rufai. Because if you take under advisement the issues, first and foremost, we are talking of the hounding of those that are perceived to be loyal to the governor. For example, the chief of staff. Why did they have to move the case from Rivers State to Federal Capital Territory? I'm talking of the murder of the DPO. All of a sudden, the chief of staff without being implicated. You ask a simple question. Where was the crime committed? You are not saying you can't move to transfer the matter to Abuja. No. But where was the crime committed? Are you also saying that the judiciary in Rivers State, he said the judiciary, the executive, the legislature are functioning independently and very well. Are you saying the judiciary in Rivers State does not have what it takes, the credibility to handle that matter? Because the matter is already in court. But it is moved to Abuja so that you can bring to bear your accusants. And that's why most of us are calling on Mr. President to caution the IG. It mustn't be political. We've not heard about those policemen that were with the IG when he was killed. What has happened to them? We've not heard about them. But you are hounding the chief of staff because of his political fidelity. Then you talk of the House of Assembly. You see, we're going to have a very serious constitutional crisis. We must not allow sentiments becloud our reasoning. The reasons that used for the defection, they say, oh, important addenda. Must political settlement outdistance legal requirements and conditions? If that's the case, we don't need Supreme Court judgment anymore. We just need to go to the president and let him give a verdict on any issue. So if he says you're guilty, you're guilty. If he says you're innocent, you're innocent. We don't need the courts anymore. We are talking about legal matters where it is spelled out and you have plethora of cases on defection. Two major conditions. So let's parties melt, or you have crisis. The first time they talked of crisis, I know where I'm driving at. Please, just few minutes. The first time they talked of crisis, we had the state secretary, the party secretary, who had gubernatorial ambition, refused to resign his seat. That is not tantamount, or was not tantamount to crisis. And one person dragged him to court. The second one was the president was doing well. I'm saying what was said on air. It's not the conjecture. It's not the deduction. It was said on air. This is not known in law, and it's alien to the judgment, the contents of the judgment, the Supreme Court. They gave reasons. Crisis or the parties melding, coming together. So as we speak, that's why I say we're going to have serious crisis as we speak. Those persons are not even members of the House Assembly, irrespective of the agreement entered into, because that cannot supersede the provisions of the law. So they're not. So which means we have a speaker. We have only 4 members. Now it was on that premise and acting in reliance upon a court judgment by Danago that the budget was presented. And the budget was passed. You said represent. Now, why do you want to represent that budget? The question will arise after your representation. On what authority did you spend the monies you have spent? Laying the grounds for impeachment and removal. Because you need the imprimatur of the House of Assembly. And now you have also admitted by representing that budget. That's why I say we mustn't be sentimental. You have also admitted that Marxism what's the rightful doing, irrespective of the court judgment. And that's why you represented that budget to him. Then all this while you've been spending the money, on whose authority have you been spending that money? In that case, it's an impeachable offense. you can't even defend it. That's why I say the governor, if he represents somebody, will be signing his entry card himself. No sentiment about it. Because they are coming for the jugular. They are not preparing grounds. Now, how many times have been that state assembly, how many times have they turned down they keep overriding the veto of the governor? And you see, there's peace. And if you look at the laws they came up with, the caretaker committee and all this, these are things that, in as much as the caretaker committee is, so to speak, not legal, but even the wike himself started the caretaker committee. They were elected local government chairman that he removed the instrumentality of the course and appointed caretaker committee chairman. Now, it's not even time for election. Okay. You're shouting that you don't want caretaker because they want to entrench. They are scared that the governor might want to influence the election of the caretaker of local government chairman. And if he cannot, then come up with caretaker committee so that he will still be in control. That fear is responsible for all these laws.
All right, Mr. Yes, thank you so much. Now, you've just highlighted a few things to demonstrate the fact that no love lost between the governor and the House of Assembly, no peace yet, despite the peace deal brokered and by the President of the Federation, and despite all the thanks given to him by the governor during his Supreme Court ruling, and the FCT minister coming out to thank the president for bringing some form of peace, all surface level not working. What's the way forward? Because currently, the governor has to battle the House of Assembly, which is obviously against, like you highlighted, the bills that they've transmitted him for assenting has been vetoed where he didn't assent to them and have been passed, citing the fact that if 2/3 of the House votes, then they don't need the assent of the governor. So obviously working against, as it seems, the governor. What's the way forward? Because Governor Fubara cannot continue to work under these conditions at loggerheads with the State House of Assembly, where in effect is not able to effect any laws being passed or sign, and anything he doesn't sign, they go ahead and override his veto power. What are the options left for him?
I think the tranquilizing drug of calmness.
Okay, we can't Fubara. It's all. As I've said, I don't really care about them seriously. Just the people I care about. And how it is, who win doesn't matter. They all rigged the election. We know that the vote was heavily rigged in River State. We keep saying that called himself Lord of River State. We see. I always say power comes, power goes. Okay, power comes, power goes. We'll go back to let's go back to what they are saying. Let's listen to them. Let's listen to them.
And anything he doesn't sign, they go ahead and override his veto power. What are the options left for him?
I think the tranquilizing drug of calmness that the governor has taken is yet to expire. And that's why a lot of us, Rivers persons, are saying, look, first and foremost, we have to be on the side of the law. That's number one. Sadly, I must say, that the governor himself is not even ready to assert his rights. And we don't even know why. And a lot of us are miffed. We are peeved. Because it's not all about Fubara himself. It's all about the office just symbolizes the struggle. It's all about the office of the governor. It could have been any other person. It's immaterial. So when you see Rivers will come out and mass, troop out to support the government, it's not because it's Fubara. It's a referendum against dictatorship. One way, even the state elders, like the Rufus George and Co., Andrew Tendru, they got across party lines. Some are even a political. Even when they invite the governor, He turns down the invitation. He doesn't attend. He doesn't know. So you don't even know his thinking, his mindset. And so people decided to say, no, it is incumbent on us. We are not just looking at Governor Simfumara. We are talking of our state. So because even Simfumara cannot get up this morning to say it's going to sell government house, we are going to protest. We're not letting him do that.
Okay, real quickly.
What we want is just for the rule of law. And if we accept that, the rule of law, let me tell you that 70% of the problems would have been solved.
Okay. Real quickly.
70%.
Mr. Provo, Nkotara, good to see you again. I just want to prepare your mind. I'm going to ask you a lot of very provocative questions this morning. Please don't get offended, because I will offend you. So let me advise.
I'm not at all.
Real quickly.
Most welcome.
I have stated before on this show that you have a good boy as a governor. And in Yoruba parlance, when we say the boy is good, we have another saying to it. Apalunjebe. I don't want to say it's a derogatory saying. So you have a good boy as a governor. And another question I would like to ask you is, why are you drinking painkiller for somebody that said he has no pain? Why are you being a busybody? Because what I see you as is, you are a meddlesome interloper with due respect. And that's why we're very provocative. Because the governor, in all of this, has said, me and my papa, we are one. I will make peace with my papa. So what soul are you fighting for? When this man won the governorship of Rivers State,
it's okay.
So did that time.
Should I respond? Should I respond?
Go ahead.
Should I respond?
Go ahead.
Okay, very good. First and foremost, I will not sit back and watch you murder your son because he's your son, and because your son says he's my father. Therefore, you're going to bring out your gun and shoot that son today. No, I won't let you do that. That's number one. Number two, if it's between father and son, they should go to the bedroom and fight and not use the state as a ring. Fight your bedroom. We are not interested in whether you slap former Governor Wike or Wike slaps you. That's your business. What we're concerned about, like representation, if we're not say, why do you have to go and represent former Governor Wike's house budget? That's not what we're talking about. We're not also telling former Governor Wike your structure. How you appoint people in your bedroom is your business, it's your house. This has to do with the states and all stakeholders.
But sir, with due respect,
no, yes,
it's no longer in your hands. You know why I said so? It's no longer in your hands because
I come to say 1 minute. I come to say
yes, sir. It's no longer in your hands because when these two people made their plans on how to win the election, you don't know the agreement between them both. When the governor went to
Rufai, just a second. Because I want to respond quickly to that. Rufai, you telling me now that if you go into an agreement with somebody in the studio, when I say somebody, I'm not talking of the chairman, I'm talking of the owner, somebody in the studio, to dispose of one camera or the other, and if somehow there's a rift, you say, because you are not there, we want you to agree, you cannot. Any other person, if you went into an agreement, hypothetically, with Rufai, with Ruben, Doc, Ayo could raise objections. Because the camera does not belong to you, it also does not belong to Ruben. So she has the right to raise objections.
So the last assertion I'm going to bring now.
The camera belongs to our rights.
The last assertion I'm going to bring is
yes.
Governor Fubara is like a man in love. When a man is in love, whatever you say to him does not matter.
That is not true. You can love with sense.
Until clear for an eye. Like a man in love.
Do you know if Rufai is talking out of experience? Do you know if Rufai is talking out of experience?
You know when they say man is in love,
Yes.
His
You're not finishing it.
his pocket must have been touched by love. His pocket must have been touched by love. And that is not our experience. Anyway, on a serious note, his job is, I believe, Rufai, his job is sarcastic. On a serious note, because the truth is, we are not bothered about what goes on between father and son. They so-called self-described themselves. There's no problem. But it's affecting governance. That's what you should understand. It's affecting governance. And it's also affecting us. Nothing is happening in Rivers State in terms of human capital development, in terms of development, social infrastructure, so to speak. Not even at the pace. So we are worried because the Wike was governor for 8 years, he's gone. Tomorrow will governor, God blesses him for another 8 years, he will be gone. What would happen to the state? If the likes of JDSP and Co had told this line, would have had Rivers State of today? So that is the problem. We continue to speak because we are not. We never woke up. We never woke up one morning to tell Fubara, why is your wife not eating? Why is your son not laughing? We never did that. Yes, I hear you.
We need to wrap this up, but you need to clarify something before we go. We understand your position with regard to Nyesom Wike and his role in the politics in Rivers, but some of you have also been quoted as saying the police, we seem to be getting involved in the matter. The job of the police is to maintain law and order. If people are throwing chairs and throwing canopies and behaving riotously, the police is not going to fold his arms. So why is it that some people on the streets of Port Harcourt are saying the Inspector General Police is supporting this person, that person? The Inspector General Police has a duty to ensure that you people don't break down law and order in that state and allow peace to reign.
I'll address that. You know too well, Doc, that in administration of justice you don't cherry pick. That is number one. Now I ask a simple question. The matter is already before a high court in Rivers State. Why? What is that vested interest in moving that matter to Abuja? Then in that same matter, you don't have any evidence yet, but you're hounding the chief of staff because of his fidelity to the government. In that same matter, we are yet to hear about the prosecution of the police officers that abandoned their DPU and ran away. Now, you also look at antecedents where during the elections, filling stations were closed and persons were hounded for daring to pick the form or daring to declare their intentions.
Not reopening the argument.
No. What clarification did I get? I didn't get it right.
Perhaps for clarification, why is it that some stakeholders are blaming the police instead of focusing on the main issues?
Yes, that's what I said. Because they believe that the police is taking sides. That is just a belief.
Okay.
That's why I was trying to lay this background.
On that note,
they believe that the police is taking sides.
Okay, on that note, in Kotari, I would like to thank you very much for joining us on The Morning Show.
Wow. What's Rivers State to politics? No permanent friends, no permanent enemies. They are after that. They're just after their own interest. Okay, so I don't really care about them seriously. But what this is, I've said before, guys, wake up. Nigeria belongs to everyone. Yeah, belongs to everyone. So guys, wake up. We need to wake up. I think maybe on the final note today, I think so. Mm, last time that was fire outbreak in the Mandilas. Now there is I believe what I'm trying to say is I believe in the rule of law. I believe in having good structures, okay, and planning ahead. Planning far ahead. Plan. If I say planning, not short term, long term planning, especially for infrastructure, to avoid kind of environmental mishap, okay? Now, there was fire outbreak, I think last week or so in Mandilas, I think last week or so. And now, the Lagos state government, they are saying they are doing what they are doing right now by the face of structures because of what happened. They want to avoid it. Well, for me, I don't really know. I don't care. I mean, I don't know if I don't care. I don't use that word. What I'm trying to say is that these people, they are destroying their, I mean, they are trying to maintain the place. I hope there is the plan for the relocation, I mean, to somewhere else, because these are people, they have families, they have loved ones, they take care of people. Because you cannot just destroy their business and we think they will just live like that. How will they be surviving? This is just my point, okay? This is just my point. So because when you are destroying something, you should plan for them also, if temporarily or somehow make a temporary stuff for them. Let them have a let them have a temporary stuff, okay? That's what I'm saying. Because if the trade at shops, that should be temporary relocation, so that they will not be stranded. If not, they will become problem in society. Seriously, that is the thing. They become problem in society because they need to feed, take care of their children, pay school fees, do so many things. So they will become problem in society because if they have no choice, don't be surprised, kidnapping, armed robbery, become miscreant in society. So what do you do? Find a way out. Not just go down destroy their properties, send them packing, destroy their shops. No, give them notice first. Tell them it's okay, it's also time. Maybe you've done it before, I don't know. We are coming to slow time. This is what we want to do. Then find a way to educate them. Okay, I make some compensation at least for them to manage themselves for 2 3 months or 3 months because man, all these people they have families, man. People are depending on them. So that is my take anyway. That is just my take. That is my take because that is my take because it will not just make people to be out without finding solution for them. It's not just right. It's all right. It's for me. It's all right. You have to find a way out for them. Find a way out for them.
Officials of agencies in the Ministry of Physical Planning
not
and Urban
just
Development, as well as the
destroying
Ministry of
properties.
Environment,
Okay,
returned to the
not just properties.
Mandilas area in a week of the recent fire that destroyed
For
shops
me.
in the building.
All right. Okay. Should find a way out for them. Okay. They should find a way out for them. Okay. Destroying things, destroying properties,
First time it's
destroying.
about the
I know
enforcement of the
the
state
approach,
building regulation
the
and
plans. Okay. Who
continuation
approved the
of the
plan in
cleanup
the
of the
first
area
place?
after the incident.
Pathetic. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. To find a way out. These are destroying. That's just destroying things, man. It's not. For me
Illegal
personally,
structures and heavy
it should.
equipment illegally erected or attached to buildings and shops extended to the roads are torn down. Or attached to buildings and shops extended to the roads are torn down and completely removed.
They should find a way out for them first. They should find a way out for them first. That's what I'm saying. Because if you just remove all this stuff, the people they have families, so how will they survive? That is my old take. How will they survive? Destruction, man. Making people their jobs, their business. How will they survive? That is my take. That is what I'm saying. How will they take care of their children, their family? Hmm? We should have a way out. I must be a way out. I must be a way out. I'm not building on the road, illegally. I don't support it. I know it was
These
good, but
structures pose danger to the environment and human lives,
Make things easy for
impeding vehicular
everyone.
movement, thereby making it difficult for first responders to address emergency situations.
Make it easy for everyone. It's not just like this. Not like this. Not like this, man.
For every Lagosian doing business within and around the central business district, we want a free flow of traffic. All these people selling on the road, we've done advocacy, we talk to them. We don't want people selling on the road, along the road, on government walkway, on setback. Even some of the all the buildings, there are a lot of attachments, and their staircase is on the government walkway, on drainages, which is not conducive as it's not safe enough for people. You can see from where we are coming, you see how they block transformers. We must think about our safety first. It's not about money. We cannot say because we are APC member, we vote to APC that we will turn every place to market. It is not done. From when we are coming from Iwata to get to Broad Street, it takes 1 hour, 2 hours from Iwata to get to Broad Street. Why? You don't have to waste time when you are within it to do your business, do it once you go out. But when you see people selling on the road, that's why we come. We talk to them. I, as special advisor, we did not anybody, authority, or permit them to sell on the road, on government setback, or on the walkway. And all extensions, all attachments. So any physical structure must be removed.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I like that. But you need to. This is oh God. These structures. See, it's everything for me is funny. It's funny. Yeah. Look at these people. I'm not saying they should not do what they're doing. Okay, but these people need to take over the family.
You have the original design building, and people deliberately, by way of attachment, now attach these structures to be able to access the upper floors, disregarding the natural staircase that was designed inside that property, which is not in line with what was approved. And the law is very clear that you don't have the right to alter what was originally approved. So on that premise, on that ground, we are coming here to clear all those attachments by way of a platform and the staircases that were made to access those points. The simple design is you have the road, you have the elevated pedestrian walkway, then you have the shops. But people have extended onto the walkway, full shop with this structure, and the walkway itself now end up being where they display their wares. So this we cannot allow. We have an agenda in Lagos which is called the Team Plus agenda to make Lagos a befitting state in mega status. Of recent, Lagos was rated 90th in the world, 19th in the world. That's a plus, and we want to be number one. We want to be number one. People can still do their businesses, but that should be done in a proper and civilized manner. They cannot block the road. Where we are standing is a road. In the past, they could move around it, and that's part of the chaos traffic situation we're having in Lagos, because all the roads are not narrowed to 1 or 2 roads. Of course, there's going to be traffic. So as a government, we cannot allow
These guys, I have to live with these guys. Well. Okay. I was just a bit.
The mark on some of the structures indicates that the owners might have been warned against unauthorized extensions a long time ago.
it's a nice decision, yeah, but I feel as a marketer here, or let's say as a trader here, we are stakeholders. And for whatever project you're doing without your stakeholder, without carrying your stakeholder along, then it's not what is it will raise eyebrow. So basically, we should be informed. Okay, this is the length at which they are working, and how long they will be doing this, because a lot of people are stopped, and a lot of people have lost billions, millions, right? So they need to bounce back, they need to recover. We are aware of the demolition, but it's as a result of something, which is the fire outbreak, right? Yeah. So and we agree with whatever it is, but how long is what the government should communicate with us, and how late? So if there's anything that we need to even contribute, we can, but at least we shouldn't just get stuck.
The exercise we started today is total clearance of all the shanties, because people have recklessly, with disregard to approved building that we have, all those structures have been turned to shanties by way of additional attachment of metal scaffolding as a platform and the staircase, which are not in the original design. And you know, by the law, if an approval is given and if you do anything contrary to that approval, that means that approval is null and void. So on that ground, that's why we are here, to clear all those shanties, all those attachments that are made to those buildings, so that we can have a beautiful cities. Walkways are made for people, pedestrian walkway. It's not for people to.
Let me forward.
A generator that, in fact, there will be no generator after 40 days that will be standing on more than 2-3 floors. Any generator that you have, move it downstairs, move it to the ground floor. Any diesel tank that you have, secure it on the ground floor. Enough is enough.
Are your old hair clippers coming?
Yeah, guys. Let me just play before I go. Let me play one video. Enough of that one. I've just said it. They should find a way out, and everybody should. I don't know if they were informed before, probably, as I said, but they should make it taste good. Let's play this video before I go. Then if I come back, I call it a day. Okay? It's Aisha Yusuf. Aisha Yusuf. What does she have to say? Let's listen to her. Let's listen to her. Let's listen to her.
Know how to describe it, because there must be something about someone having so much self-hate that you know what is good for you and you deliberately don't do it. Okay, maybe all of us have that to some extent. For example, I love to eat sweet things. I have a sweet tooth, chocolate, whatever. I know it's not good for my health. I keep eating those things, and then healthy food that you should be eating to maintain your weight, so you don't eat them. Maybe probably I can understand things like that. But when you deliberately, deny yourself the basic things in life, impoverish yourself, put yourself down just because you don't want yourself or like yourself, it beats my mind, honestly. It does. But for you to understand what I'm saying, it seems Arewa, right, wants Peter Obi's competence, but they don't want his leadership. How does that work? Listen to this. Let me read this out for you. This is a tweet from a handle that calls itself Arewa Twitter Connect. He said at Arewa Connect. It's normally like pro-Northern kind of handle, which is normal. I mean, every region should be able to promote themselves and everything. There's really nothing wrong with that. It says to be sincere. Peter Obi is doing what the president should be doing. He has been visiting and attending several occasions. Most of other politicians enter this pause. I don't know what that means. After election, or they are on pause after election and resurface after 4 years. But Peter is still active. We need strong opposition like him and order in every government. So this is the thing about Nigeria. We know what we're supposed to do, but we don't do it. And at the end of the day, we sit down and we pray to God to do it. So Peter B is that you're seeing it. You're seeing what competence can be, what character can be, what capacity can be. But then when it comes to voting, you now begin to remember religion, you begin to remember ethnicity, you begin to remember all sorts of things why you shouldn't. And that's why for me, like whenever I see people who say to me that, oh, Nigeria needs a miracle, I say no. God gives us this miracle every 4 years. Yeah, God gives us the opportunity to be able to make a choice. God has given us our brains to use, but when the time comes to make those choices, we actually refuse to make the choices that are going to be beneficial to us. We make the wrong choices, and then we stay and keep praying to God. It's just like if I carry myself now and go and see a train coming and go and sit down on the train track and I start praying to God to save me. That train will pieces me. And that's it. Everybody forget I ever existed. Because God gave me a brain to be able to know that I shouldn't sit there. It's not to do something wrong. And the Hausa people have the same for that. They call it ganganchi. You know, there's something they call in Islam, it's called kadara, fate. Something that is predestined. There's nothing you can do about it. It happens to you. It's like somebody waking up, or you have maybe you have this disease, or it happened. There's something you could have done, to prevent that. But then there's also something called ganganchi. When the Hausa people talk about that, there's something that you deliberately on your own sought to happen to you, and then you begin to say that, oh, it's God that made it happen. No, it doesn't God that made it happen. It's not fate, it's not predestined. Those were based on the choices that you made. And as human beings, we actually make our own choices, and these choices are what we now have to live by the consequences of these choices. Another tweet, of course, this is for someone, some guy who is on Twitter. I don't even want to, I'm just going to read the tweet, not even talk about the person that this is. And he says, Peter Obi is busy going from one state to another for lip service while the country's economy is falling apart. Take a pause there. Peter Obi, right now, isn't he sworn in president? But yet, Peter Obi is the one he's blaming for the economy, that Peter Obi is going from place to place. What was
Very funny.
One place and not move to place to place. But you see how
Very
convenient
funny.
it is for us to always shift our blame and blame other people. And so he says, if he has any good ideas on how to tackle this issue, I'm sure that he's talking about the economy issue. Now is the time to share them with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, so Nigerians can know he has what it takes. So this particular handle wants Mr. Peter Obi to share these ideas with Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This is the same person that says, oh, Peter Obi can never be president. Oh, he will never vote for an Igbo person. He will never do this. He wants the idea. So if you don't want this person as president, or you will not vote for an Igbo person, you don't want an Igbo person to be your president, why do you want the ideas? Why do you want the ideas? You should also know what the ideas. My people have a saying, all meaning that thing that you forbid, that you don't eat, you don't use your teeth to share it. I don't eat pork. I'm not going to see you and bring this pork. Let me help you people to divide it for you people and share. No, you don't do that. So if you don't want him, why do you want his ideas? So you don't want his leadership. He shouldn't that he should be there and get to give you the ideas to do what you want to do. And at the end of the day, you will not be saying, oh, you're praying to God for miracles. God will not do for us what he has given us the capacity for us to do for ourselves. Every 4 years, God gives us the capacity to do, to do the right thing and also to do the needful. But there was something quite funny here where this guy replied him and he said, and he replied, he said, how will you feel when someone stole your phone and call you with another number asking you to send the password of the phone he or she stole from you? Now, how will you feel about that? So that's the question that this particular person is asking. So how do you feel about that? You just say that, and the elections have been rigged, and then come and do it. But the thing also, and which is where I would say it's this particular handle is trying to be what's the word? What is it, disingenuous, or no, are being economical with the truth, in the sense that constantly, and I think I've done a video to this effect, to say whenever Mr. Peter Obi brings out the problems that he always adds the solution. He always puts in the things that are supposed to be done. When he talks about the economy, he always puts it there. So these are public statements that he has made. But trust Nigerians, they're always holding the person who is not the person putting them in problem responsible and accountable, because people are too afraid to hold those that are in office, that are destroying their lives, accountable. So they would rather hold other people accountable, so that no matter the number of times you give the solutions, no matter the number of times you say these are the things that are supposed to be done, these are what you should do, the way Mr. Peter Obi has been saying, they don't say it. They don't want to say it. They won't call him basically, they insult him, they call him all sorts of names, because they are more focused in ensuring that, they continue to, what's the word that I'm looking now, to praise the people that are actually destroying their future. So that's the sad thing about Nigeria. But hey, we'll continue to see. After all, the suffering is not just for one person. I mean, they were telling us that we were going to cry after election, but I think probably they didn't realize that the crying is going to go around. Everybody is going to cry. That a bad, like I saw a tweet where somebody say bad governance is like cancer. It affects every cell. If you leave it, it goes everywhere and it destroys the whole body. There's no one person who is free. I mean, there's no one person who is going to be crying while others are laughing or whatever. Even the ones that are laughing, they are very small in number. And they too will also have certain things that tears. Like earlier we saw, someone had been gifted 10 million naira. But the thing is that 10 million naira would have given him about $13,000 just a year ago. But today it's just going to give him about $6,000. So we're all suffering. Everyone is suffering. And that's how this thing continues to go when people don't get it. But anyway, let me laugh small. They want Peter Obi's competence, but they don't want their leadership. Oh shit! Thank you so much for watching. Please remember.
Yes, yes, yes. I shall thank you for that. Where I play that to end for today, guys. Please, as you watch, kindly like, share, make comment, okay? Kindly like, share, make comment, right? That is it, guys. We are doing this, to there is hope, okay? There is hope. Okay, guys, there is hope. I just have to assure you guys there is hope. Don't give in, don't give up. That is the truth. That's the truth. Don't give in, don't give up. But you just have to keep on trying, keep on praying, okay? Keep on doing what you think is okay, okay? There's nothing God cannot do, okay? And, you be strong, okay? Uh, let me put something. Let me put something there. There's nothing God cannot do. Say to everybody, trust me. But trust God, man. That's what I would say. Just trust, 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 guys. All right. I believe I will stop here for the day. Okay. Please, guys, as I've said, right now I'm on about 4 channels right now. Facebook, two, I think two or so. Two Facebook page, one Facebook page, but YouTube channel is about two. Twitter two right now. Okay. So, guys, can you like and share? And God bless you. God bless Nigeria. Keep the hope on. Don't give in, don't give up. It's just beginning of the year. Okay. Stay strong. Stay strong. I'm going to tell you, stay strong, okay? Yeah, like crisis everywhere, okay? But stay strong. You will definitely win, okay? You will definitely come out top, okay? That's what I have for you this evening, all right? All right. God bless you, God bless Nigeria. See you guys. Okay. Yep.